Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Science Club in the kitchen. We are going to do some cooking today because when you cook, you may not realize it's science. When you add heat to things to cook them, a lot of times it changes its consistency. It looks different. It feels different. Okay? So when you take an egg and you crack it and the egg is all runny, we don't eat that. But when you heat it up and you scramble it or you fry it, it changes. It's not that runny, yucky egg anymore. It's something that you can eat. So today, we're going to make a mixture. We're going to heat it up. And I hope, I've never done this before, we're going to make bagels. And we're going to add heat to that substance that we mix up to make it a firm, delicious, maybe not delicious, I don't know, bagel. So I hope you're ready. I heated my oven to 375 degrees. I got some parchment paper and I sprayed it with some cooking spray so the bagels don't stick. And I put the parchment paper on a cookie sheet and I'm ready to get started. Now this is supposed to be a 2-ingredient recipe, but it's not because you're supposed to be able to make these with Greek yogurt. I know, totally weird. Never thought I'd put yogurt in a bagel. And flour, but it has to be self-rising flour, which I don't have. So in order to make it self-rising flour, I need to add a little bit of baking powder and a little bit of salt. So first, I'm gonna measure out 2 cups of flour. This is my 1 cup measuring spoon, and I need to scoop out 2 big cups of flour.
Bring it.
So to make this self-rising flour, it says here that I need to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and I lost my tablespoon measurer somewhere, so I have to use an actual tablespoon, and 1/2 teaspoon of fine sea salt. So there goes the baking powder, and
Turn it up. Somebody save your soul 'cause you.
let's see what it tells me to do next. I need to add 2 cups of non-fat, plain Greek yogurt.
Mr. Worldwide to infinity. You know the roof on fire. We gon' boogie, oogie, oogie, jiggle, wiggle, and dance like the roof on fire.
Okay, now I dumped that dough out after I stirred and stirred and stirred it into a shaggy dough. And now it's time to knead the dough. So, here's our next step. A lot of us like to have flavor on our bagel. So in order to have a flavor on the bagel, we have to make what's called an egg wash. You crack an egg. You add a teaspoon of water, which I already measured out with a teaspoon measurer. And then you add salt. Put some salt in there and you whisk it. This is a whisk.
Not a soul up ahead and nothing behind. There's a desert in my blood and a storm in your eyes. Am I the king of nothing at all? And you're the queen of nothing at all. Will I remember the fight and I forget the pain? I got my hand in your...
So, here they are, boys and girls. The final bagels. Just cooling off, fresh out of the oven. I'm gonna just take a little piece. Oh my gosh, I like them. I'll let them cool off and do a final taste test with the family later. Stay tuned. So boys and girls, now it's your turn. You can either tell me about something you cooked in your home, you can cook something, or or you can look up a recipe. And I want you to share with Mrs. Beck and I how adding heat somehow changed the substance that you're making. So you saw those ooey gooey yucky bagels turn into fresh, delicious, crusty bagels because I added heat to them. Share your recipe, share your cooking, share a former recipe, and tell us that part where the heat makes something change. Good job, guys!